Welcome to my exhibition at Jewel Grande in Rose Hall, Jamaica. This is an exhibition of pieces that are up for sale in the hotel. So I'm going to give you a quick talk through all of the pieces, and you can find them on the page below to buy them. Here in the sitting area we've got a painting of white lilies. It's watercolour, large format, and it's called Stream of Life. I painted it a few years ago. It's still one of my favourites, and it's available as prints as well. It's framed under glass and shipping can be arranged if you contact me. Likewise, I have a set of 3 paintings here of little fishes. They could be purchased separately, but they work really well as a set. You're getting reflections there, but I think you can see they are mixed media, so they're on paper, but they've been made with inks and other mixed media techniques, framed under glass with real wood frames. Moving on through the lobby, I'm going to twist around here. It's such a beautiful space. And the next piece you can see is over here at the coffee stand, drink stand. And this is a piece that is a view from where I live. Go walking in the mornings, and this is a view of the early morning light across the hills. It's another 4-foot wide piece, and it's in acrylics. It also has some really special texture added in the surface of the painting. And there's burlap and other fibres added into the surface of the painting to give it extra depth. And over here we have, moving into the sea area, we've got some sea foam. It's almost abstract, subtle, natural colours. And below is again acrylic on canvas. This one is framed in a real wood frame. And this is an underwater scene. Some of you know I used to be a scuba diver for many years as my work here in Jamaica. So this is a throwback to those days. Spinning round, we have another couple of pieces. This one is cocoa pods. They grow in my garden. I love to paint them and eat them. And there are all sorts of other spices. This is actually painted on a synthetic paper, so it's under glass. And it's acrylic on Yupo paper. Down below here we have a very recent landscape I just produced, and it has another lovely texture in the surface. Again, this is a view from my balcony where I work in my studio, and it's called Tree in the Morning Light. It's ready to hang without a frame, most of these pieces that are acrylic. So then looking across beautiful lobby, we have a piece that's very special to me. I created it a few years ago. It's a symbol of Om, and it is on 5 linked canvases. They all link together with this natural hemp string. And the symbol is quite meaningful if you're a yogi. It's an ancient Hindu symbol, and it stands for primordial sound of the universe. There's a lot of texture in the surface, and it's quite an energetic piece. The overall measurements are about 4 foot, 4.5, well, almost 5 feet in both directions. Moving on to a couple of smaller pieces here. This one is called Tropic Sky, and I just love how it makes me feel calm, sense of space and air. It's really wonderful. It's easy to carry this one home because it's not framed, and it's also just on a canvas board, so it's quite thin and light to carry. And one you'll find on the table in the lobby. And another underwater piece here. This is a parrotfish. There's a whole story behind the parrotfish. If you check the link on the prints, you can read the whole story about how parrotfish reproduce and why it's so important that we don't eat them. Quite a lot of texture in this one too, although it's created just with paint. Lots of bright colours hidden in there too. So that's green parrotfish green. features of the hotel here. This is an absolutely iconic set of palm trees that are out beyond the pool before you get to the beach area. I came and took photos to paint from on a really windy day, so there's a lot of energy in the palm trees, which is quite exciting. In fact, that's represented here with the scratchy palette knife work, some scratching into it, a lot of texture. They were just dancing about all over the place in the high breeze. And then here is the view that if you've been to this hotel, you'll recognise the view from the balcony overlooking the pool towards the sea. There's a little gazebo out there in the water, and evokes lots of happy memories of tropical vacations, I'm sure. Moving on, piece across the hallway here. This is one of the pieces I've most recently made, and I so enjoyed doing it. Again, this is done from a photograph taken by Lineker Van Dam, and it was on the same rough sea day. I absolutely loved creating all these patterns in the surface of the water. There's lots of chunky, creamy, foamy paint on the surface there, which actually stands out. This one's called Nor'wester today. When the breeze turns around and gives us that rough sea, it's called a nor'wester. So then moving on, we've got the lovely restaurant area, and moving through the lobby, you can see I've got these Dayour Bells I'm painting here. This is a fairly large painting, 3 feet by 2 feet, and it's a flower that grows in my garden in the trees, and it's actually quite poisonous and hallucinogenic, but it has this lovely perfume that comes out at night. It's quite special. This is painted so that the blooms are actually about life size. They're quite spectacular. It's called Dancing Dayour Bells. Again, it's acrylic on canvas. Across the lobby from here we have another seascape. Again, acrylic on canvas with lots of lovely thick paint in the foreground, representing all this sea spray that's kicking up as the wavelets hit against the rocks, and then you've got the lovely deep rich colours of the coral beneath. This one is called Rocks by the Sea, and it's 4 feet wide. Shipping can be arranged if you're interested in any of these larger pieces. And moving up to the end of the lobby now, I have 2 special portraits here of Rusta Man, 2 different ones. This is breadfruit Rusta. He is peeling a roasted breadfruit, focusing all his attention on that. These are both 16 by 20 inches and acrylic on canvas. This one's called Smiling Rusta. This guy had such a lovely smile. And last but not least, we have a corner over here with my painting that's all about whether the reef is bleaching or not. It's called To Bleach or Not to Bleach. As you may know, reefs this summer have had the worst amount of bleaching that we've ever seen. It's because of the higher water temperatures, and these are only likely to get worse, so we'll need to make our effort in mitigating that by being conscious of how we affect the ocean. This has a lot of lovely texture in the surface. This is actually plant material and fibres that are in the surface of the painting. It's not actually taken out of the sea. And then there's all sorts of stamping and scratching techniques have been used to represent the coral. So that's called To Bleach or Not to Bleach, and it's again acrylic on canvas. Thanks for spending time with me today and looking at my exhibition. You can find these pieces in real life in the lobby at the Jewel Grande Hotel, Rose Hall. If you have any questions about any of the pieces or about shipping, or the possibility of doing something similar for you with your own subject matter, do get in touch with me. All the details can be found on this page and on my website at susanclarefineart.com. Thank you.